bosses. My name is Kat.
And I'm Josiah.
And this is
Boss Up With Us, the channel where we discuss all things pertaining to personal development and financial freedom.
So on today's episode of our Startup Sunday series, we're going to be discussing...
exactly what it is that we do.
What we're currently doing, our business venture.
Yeah. What we're currently doing.
What we were doing prior and what we plan to do in the future.
Yeah. I had a bit of a slow moment. But she got it.
It's okay. So let's delve into what we were doing previously on our, I guess you could say last year.
Yeah, well, before we even get into it, I think it's important to highlight the importance of that and how it connects to this channel. So when we went into business, we were part of what we want to do is we want to share with people, and we want to be able to show other people how to do these things as we're doing it. So we started our e-commerce business back in 2020, at the beginning of 2020. This was at the beginning of me becoming a full-time entrepreneur. At the time, I was flipping houses. I thought I was going to quit my job, and I thought I was going to be out there flipping houses, all into real estate.
And then the pandemic happened.
Yeah. And that kind of slowed things down. But my intention was always to flip houses. And I was like, yo, me and Kat are starting this business. We're going to be selling things. At the time, our business model was we were buying and selling products on platforms like Amazon. Amazon FBA was the main thing. That means Amazon fulfilled by Amazon. The platform, basically, it's you buy products and then you send it into the warehouse, the Amazon warehouse, somewhere in the country. And basically, they just handle all of your shipping and stuff like that.
They handle everything. They handle shipping the products. They handle customer service. We just basically bring the products to them, and they handle the rest. And of course, they take a percentage.
Big percentage.
Yeah, it was a big percentage. They take their percentage, and then we get paid for the rest. So we're just supplying them with the inventory, and they take care of everything else.
Yeah, we thought that was cool because it was it's totally passive. Yeah. All we had to do was go out, get the stuff, put it all into a box, and literally send it out. And they handle everything. We would just wake up and see sales on the app, or we would log in on our laptops and we would see the sales. Yeah. We didn't have to do too much. I mean, it was a lot of tracking on our end in terms of tracking inventory, things like that.
I mean, the biggest part of it was actually going out there and finding inventory, though, because the most important thing is you want to find discounted items that you can get for really cheap, but you're going to make a profit off of selling it on Amazon.
Yeah, it's a process called retail arbitrage. That's basically you go out, you go into your favorite stores.
It could be Target or Walmart.
We
went to Dollar Tree.
We went to so many different places, man, and we would go in there and try and find products. And they have an app, you can scan products and then compare to see what the price that you're paying is compared to the price that it's selling for on Amazon. So Amazon wasn't the only platform we were selling on. We were selling on Amazon, we were selling on eBay, we were selling on Poshmark, a little bit of Mercari. And what was the other one? I feel like it was another one.
No, those were the four.
Those were the four? Okay, yeah, those were the four. Yeah. And it was basically the same process all throughout. Amazon was the only one that allowed us to send our inventory and just be totally hands-off with the rest of the process. When you have eBay and Poshmark and Mercari, you have to buy the products listed on these platforms and then sell it. Obviously, the whole thing is to get products low and sell it for higher than you're getting it for. So that was kind of that was the beginning phase for us, and we always acknowledged it as being the beginning phase. The reason being was it was yo, we're going into business together for the first time. This was Kat's first business, and we just felt we wanted to that was us kind of dipping our toes.
Yeah, and I think it's a good place to start. I think if you want to get into e-commerce, Amazon FBA is not a bad place to start because it gives you a little glimpse of you're finding the products and you're sending it in, but then you're not fully responsible for inventory and handling customer service, which is a lot in itself. Handling customer service is a big task to do. Yeah. So it is a good place for people to start to kind of, like you said, dip your toes in it and get a feel for what it's like. But retail arbitrage, I mean, there's some people that really enjoy going out there and finding like gems, like people who love to do like what they call like discount shopping, like thrifting. People love that. We don't really love that, honestly. Like,
personally,
don't love it.
Personally, like that's just not my thing. That's not her thing. We're not like.
And it was hard for us too, just because like, you know, like we always tell you guys, we don't live together. We live an hour away from each other. We're doing this only on the weekends, and like we keep saying, we're trying to squeeze in going out shopping and looking for discounted products, which takes time. It's not like, you know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Like it could be hours. And then you're doing that in addition to like trying to get content ready for this.
Exactly.
And also just want to spend time together with each other.
Trying to be an actual couple at the same time.
Yeah, it was just a lot to manage. But it is a good place to start.
It's a good place to start. The other thing, I mentioned retail arbitrage, right? So retail arbitrage is you physically going out into the stores and finding stuff. You can do online arbitrage as well, where
we did a little bit of that too.
We did a little bit of that, where we just found products online and we would we found them for a deal. Come to find out they're selling on Amazon for hire. So we were like, yo, let's take advantage. Ordered a bunch of products, sent it into Amazon, let them do the rest. And it's also pallet flipping. That was another thing we were doing. We weren't ordering pallets. Pallets are like
the cases, right?
They're like, it's large quantity items. It's in bulk items. A lot of stores.
Big box.
Yeah. Big boxes, like you can order a pallet and the pallet will be like bigger than you, a few hundred pounds. So basically, you know, there's various websites and stuff that you go to and you find pallets, and pallets, you know, it's just a bunch of stuff. So you're buying bulk items. A lot of times it's random items. Sometimes you buy it and you don't know what's in the box, but once you get it, you can see that these products can be sold on Amazon, and whatever's not able to,
or eBay too.
Yeah, if it's not sold on Amazon, you basically sell it on eBay or Poshmark or Mercari. So that pretty much was like the gist of what we were doing. We did that, I want to say for freaking 80% of our first year in business together. And you know, we ultimately came to the conclusion that we just needed to switch it up for a variety of reasons. So let's get into those reasons, I guess.
Well, I briefly touched on one of them, was just like the time.
And
the limited amount of time that we have together is one reason why it didn't work out. I think another reason why it didn't work for us too is that we mentioned that it is a very kind of like hands-off approach, which can work for people, but we wanted to be a little bit more involved in like the process itself. So what we're doing now, for example.
But you're saying we didn't have enough control.
Or
did we have?
We didn't really have much control because we're sending the products
with
in
Amazon.
With Amazon. We didn't have much control with Amazon. That's mainly what we were focusing on at first, and we didn't have much input into what was going on besides us just sending the products in. Like the website is already set up. We don't have control over like how we want the website to look and what we want to sell.
The marketing
and the market. We don't. You're not involved in that process at all, which like it could be great for some people, but when we're, you know, you have creative minds like us, when we want to be a little bit more involved in the look and the feel of things, there's no room for that.
Especially when you have OCD and you want to you want to have a hand in everything that's going on. But you know, also on top of that, the main thing was it wasn't efficient. It wasn't efficient on top of us not being able to handle it in the way that we wanted to handle it. So what we didn't mention in the beginning was when we first started, we always planned to say, okay, you know, we knew that arbitrage was our first step. And we wanted to evolve into doing drop shipping, which is what we do now. And then eventually there's a thing called private labeling. I guess, you know, we'll get into those now. But that was always like our process. That was the evolution that we always saw and expected and anticipated. It was like, okay, we dipped our toes in.
We found out what we liked and we didn't like about it. And we're sharing it with you guys too, just to give you guys an idea of what it looks like if you ever decide to like try these things. You know, there's some pros and cons to everything. We want to be transparent about it too. We've experienced it. So, you know, we're still going according to plan, and right now we're in our middle stages of doing drop shipping. And drop shipping, it's actually
we're in the early stages.
We are.
We're in the early stages still. But it's just a lot more. Number one is it's way more efficient for us.
What's more efficient?
All right, so let's take it from
You got it. Yeah, you got to take
it.
We're talking about drop shipping now.
Explain what drop shipping is.
Right. So drop shipping, this is actually a concept that I put Josiah onto it. I found out about this like 2 years ago, and I was doing research on it. It was like
let's see, we met.
Well, this is 2021 now. So almost 3 years ago.
We met almost 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And at that time, she had already known about drop shipping.
Yeah. I was doing research on it. It was something that I actually was going to do, and then I kind of just, me being the overthinking, the overanalyzer that I am, the over researcher.
Yeah.
I researched, but didn't, actually do it. But let's explain what drop shipping is.
All right. So drop shipping is basically
It's hard to explain drop shipping. It's very hard to explain.
I'm trying to put it in layman's terms.
Yeah, it's hard to explain it without like.
All right, no, I got this.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. All right, so drop shipping is this, right? You find a product from a supplier. Mm-hmm. You set up a store. Mm-hmm. You brand it however you want to brand it. You give it its own name. And when people come to your store, they buy from your store, but you purchase your inventory from that supplier. Mm-hmm. And that supplier sends the product directly to the customer. So you never have to hold on to the inventory. Basically,
you're like the middleman.
You're the middleman. But you do all of the marketing and branding.
All the customer service you're responsible
for. All
of
the customer service. Yeah. And it's basically your job to bring the customers in, and you make your money by putting your price on top of the supplier's price. Mm-hmm.
So if the supplier is selling the product for like $5, you want to make a profit, you're going to sell it for $25, for example.
Yeah. If you didn't know already, everything that we buy here in this country is outsourced and put together by a supplier somewhere in some country that's probably not here. Mm-hmm. We already know a lot of things are made in China. Mm-hmm. Most of the things that we things that we wear are being made overseas and in different places. So when you think about drop shipping, it's really the same thing. And you're getting it for your price, and then you're selling it. You're getting it for one price, and you're selling it for your price. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
Be a higher price so you can get your profit.
Absolutely. So that's pretty much the process of drop shipping in a nutshell, and that's really what we're focusing on right now. Funny thing, right? At the beginning of us starting the whole e-commerce thing, we said that we want to have an online business, an online selling business, meaning e-commerce. Yeah. And I was always kind of like scared of drop shipping. Believe it or not. Let me not say scared.
You were hesitant?
I was hesitant about it because I felt like it's going to be easier for me to get sales if a person is buying a product from Amazon. So if I put my product on Amazon, then I'm thinking, a person's going to feel comfortable buying it from there.
Because it's already an established platform.
It's established. Yeah. Everybody knows it. Everybody buys stuff off of it. But not everybody's buying things off of buymyproduct.com, whatever. So I was like, I was very like naive to the whole process of it. I was like, maybe I didn't want to put the work in at the time. Maybe I wasn't.
Maybe that was it too.
Maybe I didn't want to put the work in. Also, I knew Cap was coming on board, and I knew that with our situation, it just didn't seem like it was going to put us in the best position to win. Mm-hmm. But after going through the year with dealing with Amazon and eBay and Poshmark and stuff like that, we just realized it just didn't work for us. So we said, you know what? We said we were going to do this thing. Let's just buckle down and figure it out. Let's find out how to do this and get started. So I think we made the decision to stop doing arbitrage, and then probably a couple weeks later, we had our first store up.
Yeah, what happened was that you actually started like doing some serious research into drop shipping, and you were like, you know what, I'm ready, let's do this. Yeah. And I'm like, I've been telling you this for the longest time, we need to just go ahead and start drop shipping.
Yeah, she definitely said that.
Yeah, so I was excited to start doing it because it was something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. One thing I did want to point out about, selling on Amazon was the process was frustrating at times because we ran into so many. There's actually a lot of limitations.
That's why
on the stuff you can sell on Amazon.
I think that's why we pivoted.
Yes, that was one thing. Yeah. You have to get approval, and one day you get approval on a product, and the next day you go back and you can't sell it anymore. It was a lot of.
Listen, we had I think probably during the summertime. We were like, yo, we're about to take it to another level with this buying and selling stuff. So we said, yo, we're gonna go get a storage unit. We're gonna buy mad inventory, put all of that inventory in the storage, and we're just gonna sell all of this. And then come to find out, a lot of the products, there was a point in time before we buy anything, we check to make sure that we can sell it, right? And if you can't sell it, there's like an application approval process that you have to go through to sell it on Amazon. eBay and all that other stuff, you don't got to worry about this.
But Amazon,
that's how it is. So we saw that we were able to sell it, right? And then we got it and we weren't able to sell it for whatever reason. Whatever changes came about that happened within the period in which we got it, or when we got it and when we meant to send it in, things had just changed.
And some of that stuff we still have.
Some of it we still have, and I'm like, you know, I was extremely frustrated by it. I was like, yo, you know, it's an important time. I think I told you before, when you're like in sales, especially when you're selling products, especially like online, you know that the holidays are always, that's like your busy season. That last quarter of the year when Christmas is coming, Thanksgiving's here, Halloween's here, like that's when people are buying like crazy. And all of this was happening at that time. So we were like, yo,
let's jump on board.
Yeah.
And start our drop shipping.
We were like, we gotta change. We gotta just buckle down and get to it.
So that's when we started it up. We launched the first store like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we did. Basically, we said everything we said just because we want to like explain that, you know, this brand, this Boss Up With Us brand, a big part of it is the things that we're doing, and our business is at the center of that. So we had, you know, we're doing the drop shipping thing, and the next step, the next phase of our e-commerce business that we'll be looking to expand upon within time. Like we said, we're still in the beginning. You know, we've gotten some good results. We've also gotten some bad results with this, but we see a ton of potential. We're telling you guys, there's people that are doing this e-commerce thing that are multi-millionaires. There's probably teenagers that you see on the street out there that are, you know, you're looking at them and you're wondering, how are they making all this money? How, you know, why does it seem like they have more than I have? That's because a lot of them are in tune and doing these types of things, on top of other things. But it's a very
lucrative.
Yeah, it can be a very lucrative market. Yeah. So, you know, we're building our foundation off of the e-commerce thing. It's good for us because it's online. You know, at some point, you know, as we continue to get older and our relationship advances, you know, we're gonna want to move to different places and travel to, you know, far destinations and stuff like that. And we can do this business anywhere. If we decided to pack up and move to freaking Thailand tomorrow or Tulum,
all we need is our laptop.
Let's move to Tulum.
No. Tulum.
If we moved anywhere on this earth, like basically we can go there and we can continue to do this.
All we need is a laptop.
Yeah, it's a passive business, meaning that you generate money at all times while you're asleep, while you're awake. You do have to tend to it. There's things you have to do still. You have to set up certain, you know, you have to set up your marketing. You might have to do your customer service.
No, you have to do customer service. You're responsible for that.
You got to find products. But basically, you can do, you know, you can make a lot while not having to physically do a lot. You have to stay sharp though. We're not telling you that you're gonna come into this and make money by just not doing anything. You know, you have to. You gotta
do your research. You gotta study.
Yeah, it's one of those work smart business models.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah,
it definitely is.
You know, if you guys want to learn more about e-commerce, then let us know in the comments. Shoot us a message. You know, follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and reach out to us on there. Let us know if there's more that you want to learn. A lot of people are hesitant to share information until they've gotten to a point where they're extremely successful, and then they want to give back and tell everybody everything that they did from the start. You know, our philosophy is more so, you know, we can share with you, you know, the things that we're doing on the way. you know, we're having wins right now, but we're taking losses.
Yeah.
Trust.
And we want to. I think that's the main thing we want to like show everyone is like, this is what it really looks like. Because I know sometimes it could be a little frustrating to go on YouTube and watch somebody who is already a multimillionaire talking about, you know, and you sitting there in your little studio apartment. Like it can be a little intimidating sometimes because it's like you want to get to that point that person is at. And sometimes people want that so fast and they don't realize it actually is a process and it takes time, and then they just end up giving up.
Exactly.
And we want to be as realistic as we possibly can.
Our main thing is
wins and losses.
Yeah. Our main thing is taking action. You take the action to actually do whatever it is. So us taking action to actually do the e-commerce thing. You know, I tell Kat all the time, like when we sit and talk about it, you know, we have regular meetings about this stuff. And when we sit down and talk about it, I'm like, yo, you know, one of the things that we have to remind ourselves of is like, yo, e-commerce is like it's probably $1 trillion industry. Like we saw with the pandemic, we saw that people are flocking to buy things online because stores are closing. We can't go into the store and shop how we want to shop, or even if we can, people are reluctant to go out there and be out there and do those things.
And we saw how with Amazon, what's his name, Jeff Bezos became he became the richest man in the world. He's a trillionaire.
I think Elon Musk just surpassed him the other day. With Tesla.
But during the pandemic, Amazon became, you know,
it became $1 trillion.
So that goes to show you that it's a very profitable e-commerce in itself, not Amazon.
Yeah.
But.
So you know the thing, you know, we have to like remind that the thing that I'm constantly like bringing up is like, yo, we're not millionaires yet, but there's millionaire potential here, and that's kind of like the mindset that I try to have when I'm doing these things, because I'm like, you know, once we figure it out, like we just have to keep trying, keep applying ourselves, take action.
Yes, let us know the type of things that you want to see from us moving forward, besides, you know, us sitting down and just talking about business stuff, like more day-to-day things, maybe vlogs.
Yeah, she can't wait to do a vlog.
I'm looking forward to that.
She's excited for that stuff.
But okay, so I think we've talked quite enough about this.
Yeah.
So like I said, moving forward, you know, we'll be discussing, giving you guys a little bit more of a ride on the process of what we're doing right now with drop shipping, and showing you, you know, not more so the products that we're selling, but just like, I know you guys are interested in seeing like, are they actually selling, and how much money they're making, and this, that, and the third. All right, so with that being said, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching us, and we will be back again in 2 weeks with our next episode. So make sure you guys tune in and check us out.
Yes, and make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, follow us again on Instagram and Twitter, like us on Facebook.
And until then, keep growing, keep glowing, and keep bossing up.
Boss.